So my last video was a travel vlog. Yes, I'll put it somewhere here, maybe. So I wanted the attention on that particular video to be on the arts aspect, the things I was showing in that video, the arts. Somehow I listed a few forms of arts, and I started that video by saying, how parents would want to push their kids, and then at the end of the day, you become what you become. Yes, parents, come closer once again. Before I continue, I would want you to take a look at this picture. If you appreciate art in any form, in no matter how tiny, in the smallest iota ever, you will stop and look at this picture more than twice. And this picture is a complete real life photograph. It's a family member who saw a beautiful work of art, work of whatever in nature, and it sparked a lot of, as I saw the picture, because she took it and posted it in the family forum, and so many knots started going off my head, like eureka moments popping off in the family forum, because I said she posted it on the family forum. In the forum, a lot of questions, we're all talking, ideas were popping up. I remembered my last video while this conversation was going on in box. I remembered my last video, and yes, here I am again, imploring parents to please come closer, because this conversation is for all of us. I've had this video, I've tried to film it in so many ways. My first one was all over the place, because it takes a lot of wits to come and present what you have to present in a particular way that will make meaning. So first off, I will repeat what I said in the other video.
Even if I'm up, reach ground, he can't break, leg break too. He. No touch him, no touch him. Wait, my son they do medicine at school. Now phone, he go tell you what to do. No touch him. Yeah, take ma. Take it some.
Are you sure you will not be a doctor? So that me self, I will answer Dr. Mama and all of that. I remember saying this in the last video. I remember also saying that a lot of parents wouldn't want to spend a lot of money, and this child comes out to say, mother, father, I'm not interested in what you pushed me into. So even though we as parents, we have to chaperone our young ones, our children, but I think at a certain point there should be a certain level of advice, admonition. There should be limits, and then there should also be balance. I will always talk about balance, finding a way to strike a balance between maybe what I want and what the child wants. There's this forum I am privileged to be part of on Twitter. Nigerian Twitter, their head they scatter. So on this forum, it's just all about, just a group of doctors, the ones in the diaspora and the ones here, finding ways to encourage each other. That forum is something else. And sometimes they sit to talk about their challenges, and you need to hear the challenges of these ones. 50% or more than 50% of the people who are in this particular profession, they were forced into it. They are just there to fulfill what their parents has asked them to. These are the conversations we don't have enough. And it's not like the Nigerian economic situation is helping anything, right? Because these ones, in fact, there are lots of stories in there where you see that this person has actually gone to school. He came out with, the flying colors, best of best, but he is out, no work, no job. The job, when you're told their salary per month, per annum, I'll always remember the story that one particular doctor told on that forum on this very day. Everybody was bringing up challenges. Once he came out, he told his parents, nah, dad, mom, here is my certificate. You wanted me to be a doctor, here is it. The thing you wanted me to be, here is the result. Now can I go do what I want? Left it all there for them, and today he's a DJ, and in his own right, he's doing well, he is having gigs. He was even inviting every other doctor around him there in Lagos State to come and networking, and all of that. It was, I laugh now. Until we come to sit together to have these conversations, we may never really strike that we may never really get to the bottom of it. And this is not to take away the money search that is going on right now. I mean, everybody is out for the 411. We're all out for the Benjamins, you know. And I mean, it's the elephant in the room, but it's not all that. Do you get? And the economic situation makes it very difficult to reach this money, and so everybody is tampering and stampering and doing all of that. So we remove value from these other professions, these other courses. We push our young ones into the medical line. We push them into these other professions, hoping they will find a particular messiah there. And then the ones that are there are complaining. Some of them are not capable of it intellectually. Some of them have already found what they know will favor them most. But because that's one that is in a bracket, that's high one, you know, you find a parent saying, if it's not this, it's this or the highway. And if you look at the economy, you'll be like, okay, Obi is going to school for 5 years and he'll come out to be a medical doctor. And Ada is going to school for the same 5 years, the same school fees, or maybe a little less. And Ada will come out as a, what now? As a, what will I use? You know, Ada has spent all the time that Obi has also spent, for example. And Ada is coming out as an agric economist, and Obi is coming out as a medical doctor. Obi has more value in the economy compared to Ada, who spent almost near what's Ada. So that's how they see it now. Nobody sees it as per your capabilities are here. I believe you will go in here to draw out a certain type of change. I am here to encourage you to do the best. Go there, grab the best, and let it burst through. Nobody is here for it anymore. And so the other way, you find a lot of people in there. Mande gagunwo, mande na hagunwo, you know, it becomes it becomes whatever. And I'm not here to fault parents. Everybody wants to put in 2 kobo and collect 10 kobo, right? So, or let me say, everybody wants to put in $1 and get back $10. Everybody wants a profit. Nobody goes into a venture without expecting something profitable. But in this case, someone is the pawn. Someone is someone's life or someone's abilities on the line. And that's that of a child. Needs all the love and care to do it the right way. And that's why I started out by saying there has to be some sort of balance. Omo, if you listen to what a lot of these young children are talking about in this Twitter forum, and they will not complain to their parents. You will never hear this from, you will never hear them complaining about these things to their parents, right? And let's get down further into this video. We have looked away so much as parents. As an economy, we have looked away so much from a certain angle that is also equally profitable. Who told you that an agric economist cannot become as equally as the medical doctor? This is where Ada's strength lies. Can we encourage Ada to go in there and drag out the best that she can? But no, we won't have it because we feel the ROI on what Ada is going to study is low. And who told us that academics is measured by ROI and things like that? The arts niche in Nigeria is so vast, not just in Nigeria. The niche arts in the whole world is so vast that it cannot be exhausted if I sit here to talk about it. A 15-minute video cannot give me what, like, that's why I started out by saying I hope what I'm about to say, I'll be able to pass the message within this short 15 minutes. So let's look at it this other way. So now in Nigeria, there's a boom in the tech industry, in the tech niche, in all things tech. Yes, everybody's rushing to this boom. Everybody is rushing. In fact, every day there's a coach somewhere telling you, come, let me teach you this, and people are going there. Number one, I encourage it because you're adding value. But not everybody will grab these things. Not everybody is a tech buff. Not everybody will do well in tech. And this is not to bring down anybody whatsoever. I see a lot of people trying to go into Upwork and all of that. Upwork is beautiful. But Upwork, yes, bring that value, that data entry value. Because some of these courses, some of these open freelance ventures, Ifugo data entry, Ifugo VA, Ifugo, what are they? What are they? Digital marketing, etc., etc. These are beautiful, but they are not cut out for everybody. Man, I know, because that now there's a boom in the tech industry. Everybody is rushing towards that angle. And when that scamper, you will notice that there's that scamper. Everybody trying to struggle and bring out their head. Meanwhile, on this other side, all it needs is just for you to look away from that tech angle and look towards this side. And you will also experience that boom on this other side. There's a boom all over, but we are not seeing it. The boom is not just for the tech people. It's not just on that tech angle. And I'm not talking about the programming, the programmers and the coders and the all of that, because those ones are high up there. I mean, when you learn these courses, yes, of course, you're adding value. But would it be nice for you to add this value? And I know there's no knowledge that is a waste, though. Don't get me wrong, though. But you add this value and you find yourself still scampering to get a freelance offer. Meanwhile, if you know you are a painter, if you know you are good in painting, you know you are good in anything visual arts, you know you are good in architecture, you know, there's an opening for everyone on Upwork. There's an opening for everybody on Fiverr. But we're not talking about that. We're just concentrating on digital marketing. Kiniko. I am here to encourage each and every one of us. If you know you have something else you can offer, Upwork and Fiverr and all these other websites where you go as a freelancer to find online jobs, they are not just for the tech angle. You can get jobs also as a crochet person. You can teach crocheting, yes. What am I saying? If you are good in anything that has to do with art, please don't look away from it. This is not a time to look away from it. Yes, there's a boom in the tech sector and it's beautiful. There's beauty in it. When you go into it, you're adding value and you can never really tell where what you have learned will be needed. So it is beautiful to do that. But don't do it and get stuck. Don't do it just for you to get stuck. Do it, add value, and elevate yourself. Do not sideline what you already know as an art person. Because the boom you think is happening on the tech side is also as well, if not more, happening on the art side of things. In Nigeria today, we have seen that white-collar jobs are not just the only jobs that offer employment. And so why are we not diversifying some of these other things and bringing them into our curriculum? Why are we not, when I say diversify, I mean breaking it down so much so that it can be taken as courses in our schools? Why are we not making it in such a way that the layman will have an opportunity to, okay, let's look at it this way. In most homes, mothers, we give our children phones to take pictures of us. Why is photography not inculcated in? Because we know that the photography industry in Nigeria has. And so no Jack will need to be told anymore that, okay, this is not just an industry we will not look into as much as we are looking into it. And why am I even bringing it here? Because photography just on its own has gone way further than how we are looking into it here in this country. It has. But then it's not in our curriculum. We're not studying it. We don't have maybe schools of photography. And if we do, these academies, because it might be a school of photography, what academy. So maybe we do. It's somewhere, somehow, not at the reach of the common us, the normal Nigerians. It's not there. But if you ask me, I'll say my 2 cents. It's time for us to put photography in schools. It is, and I say this because to the child on the Nigerian street, you can never really tell. if we make these opportunities equal for everybody, in that at least come out with a certain level of, like the basics, you have them already, then the ones that have money to go for the extra can do that as well, because definitely all hands can never be equal. But at least you are all starting from a certain level play field, a big playground. Before, just in a short while, you will see on your screen pictures. Because when I say photography, I don't just mean the ones we take in studios. When I say photography, I also do not just mean the type that we take for dogs and all of that. I mean, there are those ones. Those ones are good. Those ones are fantastic. But I mean the ones beyond what Kelechi Amajiobi is doing. Thank God for people like him who have opened up doors for what photography is right now in Nigeria. Thank God for people like T.Y. Bello. Thank God for my personal friend Ahami Beleme. I know there are more than one opportunities just in this. There are war photographers. I hope we know that. How about photographers who are trained to go into wildlife, to take pictures of some of the animals we've never seen before? Yes, you can see or maybe some of the animals we know, but then their pictures make us to understand their mannerisms. My very first YouTube video that I posted on this channel was still pictures of different birds, different mannerisms, different birds. There are millions of bird species that we do not know. We're sharing the same planet with them, and we don't know about some of these things. Come on, they help complete the ecosystem. Plus, some of these animals are studied, their mannerisms are studied, and then that aspect of some things that we use are copied from animal mannerisms. So to continue, I wouldn't want to delve into it so much more because I am running out of time. Yes, there are photographers that they can go deep down in the world, because remember, down in the aquatic life, we haven't even exhausted. In fact, I'll do a video. I have to, about some of the aquatic lives that we are yet to get to know. Some of these aquatic lives, we have never seen them before. One time shot, and that is all. So the challenge there is that we see something, we see that it's booming, like what is happening in Nigerian photography industry right now. We are all clustered on the take a photo in. Yes, we know we are all about that because of the economic value. But then if you can take few minutes to look away from the crowd, this other angle has as much to offer. Just go off another tangent whatsoever. Do you know there are world recognizable awards for it? Money alongside, because that's what we're all chasing, right? World recognition. Just on this same photography that we are all scamping to become the best. We have already had our best Kelechi Amajiobi now. He is still here. We already have so many of these other good ones. T.Y. Bello, Big H in Abuja. Yes, the sky is big enough for everybody. But why not move away from where the sky is overcrowded and move to this other side? At least the sky is freer here. You are still in the sky. Because if you see, we continue to make these mistakes and it forms a loop. We continue to make these mistakes and the loop widens. In fact, I was just saying something about all of us rushing to the quick side of tech. But then we also know that AIs, these guys are manufacturing AIs that will come and take the positions that we are scrambling for in the next 2-3 years. I mean, we all heard about the chat GPT that just came out. An AI that came out to ruffle the feathers of all copywriters. I mean, if you're into tech, if you have gotten a little bit into tech, you understand what I mean. ChatGPT came out and Instagram was shut down. Everybody was talking about it. ChatGPT, as I'm talking to you, they've monetized because they came out free. They wanted to test the waters. Nigerians kukuma helped them test the waters. Sorry, I am sweating. I have to dab. Excuse me, I'm sweating. This is not to say that copywriters are going to be misplaced in the industry. Come on, check it now. AIs are challenging these opportunities. And we are here still scampering for it. Meanwhile, in art, one of the beautiful advantages of putting your focus in art, no two artworks, No two art outcomes will ever be the same. I am seeing it from a different angle. I'm thinking about it from a different angle. My brain and your brain cannot come to, we can mirror each other, but it can never be the same. So my point is, can we stop the scamper over here on this tech side and go to the art world? Not a lot of Nigerians are into the art side of things. Taking it back to beyond that, our forefathers started this art thing. Each tribe in Nigeria had something it was known for. And when I say something, I mean art. The Yoruba tribe, they had these art designs that they use for their clothes. The way we do our houses, our little huts, then we have our type of, and then you bring it down to the Igbo. In fact, before I come to the Igbos, let's go to we have up to more than 250 ethnic groups in Nigeria. And each of these ethnic groups had something unique. And I mean art. Some people were known for drawings, some for painting, some for winding waist, for dancing. Yes, they will tell you, bring the Ikwaleto tribe, put them in front. They are the ones that wind waist better. And dance is a form of art. In fact, if you don't know, over here, let me run through because of time. I'm listing the forms of art. Google stop at number 8. Are we going to agree? Because there is food art, there's decor, in fact, every Nigerian person is supposed to be Nigerian art. Every human being, you're a Nigerian art, because we're all creative in our own different ways. Each tribe was blessed. At some point, our forefathers were identified by what they do. The popular Yoruba dire. In this photography that I just mentioned, I think it's time for us to connect in different ways. Maybe bring a certain type of professionalism away from how we do it here, and see what a lot of people are intrigued by these things. Not a lot of people look that way. Meanwhile, people are bagging awards. People are being recognized worldwide with what they can do in arts.